Thank you. And our next witness is Mr. Dave Bofill. Mr. Bofill is the president of Dave Bofill Marine in Long Island, New York. His firm is the nation's second largest and third largest seller, Scout and Chris Craft boats, respectively. Mr. Bofill is testifying on behalf of National Marine Manufacturers Association, which represents 1,400 companies that produce an estimated 80% of marine products used in North America. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Madam Chairwoman, Ranking Member Graves, and distinguished members of this committee. Thank you for inviting me to testify today on the important topic of expanding affordable, wholesale marine floor plan financing access to marine dealerships. My name is David Bofill, and I'm president and owner of Dave Bofill Marine. I come to you wearing three hats: one of my company, one of the National Marine Manufacturers Association, and one of being on the board of directors for the New York Marine Trade Association for the last 8 years. I sell Chris Craft and Scout boats from my two Long Island locations. I've been in the boating industry for 35 years, and my operation at its peak employed 20 people. I am a small business, and in fact, the majority of the boating industry is made up of small businesses, and most boats are made right here in the United States. The brands I carry, Chris Craft and Scout boats, are made in Florida, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Unfortunately, my story is being played out in boat dealerships and manufacturing plants across the country. I have had a thriving business for over 35 years, but this credit crisis will force me to close my doors. What frustrates me the most is that most of us in the boating industry are used to riding the ups and downs of economy. But this downturn is different. Today I'm dealing with a reluctant consumer, but more so the sudden loss of wholesale credit at anything close to reasonable rates to finance my inventory. Over the last year, the floor plan lenders of the boating industry, including Key Bank, Textron Financial, Wachovia, and several others, have abruptly stopped lending in the boating industry. Some of these banks, as you know, received federal assistance under the TARP program, but severed their ongoing business relationships with the marine dealers anyway. Today, General Electric Capital has become the dominant lender with over 70% of the market. However, GE recently has informed all of us that they are radically changing loan terms, resulting in doubling of interest payments, and in my case, my interest will go from $10,000 to $20,000 per month. Lenders overall have scaled back lending, dramatically increased their rates, cracked down on curtailments, and are not issuing loans or extending current lines of credit to enable marine dealers to finance any new inventory. The inability of dealers to finance current inventory or purchase new model inventory to display means that manufacturers now have shut down production by at least 60%. With hundreds of dealerships being forced out of business, as mine, 20,000 manufacturing jobs vanishing, and 135,000 boating industry jobs that are now gone, something must be done. It's important that you know that these businesses, like mine, were not failing businesses or companies with flawed business models. We relied in good faith on lenders for typical business credit, and when the financial markets collapsed, we had nowhere to turn. What we need to survive is access to credit at reasonable terms. What Congress could do to help many small businesses in the boating industry is to facilitate the creation of new credit market. Boat dealers and manufacturers need the help in encouraging regional banks to create or reestablish floor plan lending departments. The industry strongly supports the Small Business Administration's plan to establish a floor plan lending program for boats, motors, and trailers. The industry has welcomed this program as a critical lifeline, but problems still remain. This committee and Congress could help in three specific ways. One, make the SBA dealer floor plan financing program permanent and do it quickly. As written now, this program only lasts 1 year. It'll be hard to attract new lenders without the important certainty of this program. 2, make the increased business size limits permanent. This is an important change that reflects the marketplace. The traditional standard for marine dealers is far too low to include dealers who sell high-cost products but do so with such a small staff. 3, increase the cap on SBA 7A loans. The current limits are too low to provide financing for the majority of small dealers and manufacturers. It is common for a small boat dealer to have inventory in the $5 million range. Thank you for inviting me to testify today. The marine industry is suffering. It is an American industry of manufacturing and servicing that deserves support. The lack of reasonable credit is likely going to lead me to close my doors soon, and will cause other dealers to shut down as well. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions.